This is a Kirkendall Barrett presentation, darling.
Feed me, meow, meow, meow.
Because of this podcast, I'm a gay icon.
I'm so hot. I'm so good looking. My salad dressing is amazing.
Like the internet at large, there are things you can do on the internet besides porn, but most of it's porn.
A lifetime of Hallmark.
Well, hello, everybody. It is your favorite day of the week. It is time for another episode of A Lifetime of Hallmark, where we talk about your favorite movies on both Lifetime and the Hallmark Channel and try to make sense of them. I am Les Kirkendall Barrett. Hello, Jason Bowers.
Hello, Les Kirkendall Barrett.
And hello, Kurt Fitzpatrick.
Hello, Les Kirkendall Barrett, and hello, Jason Bowers.
And it is an insane week for me, because my husband and I have, we've been doing this adoption thing. We had a kid move in last week, and it has been like go, 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 go. So
what kind of going have you been doing?
Like, for example, today I had to go and take her to enroll her in school.
Wow.
Then I had appointments. Then I had to make dinner, and then I have to do this podcast, and then run to an optometrist appointment.
Wow. The real question is, has the child subscribed to our
podcast
yet?
No, but she's been to a party.
Oh, well, that's
good too. Have you taken her to eat cake at the Abbey?
Not yet, but I will. Okay. I've taken her to a gay party, though. She's been to her first gay party.
That one at the swimming pool?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I saw a picture of that.
Yes.
How is that a gay party?
Because they were gay people.
Okay, just doesn't make it a gay party.
It was thrown by the gays. There were gays there.
Okay.
Was Blac Chyna there?
No, but Kurt, do you have any Blac Chyna news?
Doing a piece of China.
China.
I'm talking China.
The Blac Chyna Report. Here's Kurt Fitzpatrick.
All right, this is from eonline.com. This is actually from June 26, a couple months ago, but it's still current. It's still within the year. Blac Chyna's kids, Cairo and Dream, look all grown up during a rare public appearance. Blac Chyna celebrated a big milestone with her biggest supporters. The reality star turned the grand opening of her beauty salon, Hearts Pure by Angela White, into a family affair as her kids, King Cairo Stevenson, 11, and Dream Kardashian, 7, were by her side. For the June 24th gathering in Los Angeles, Chyna wore a pink mini dress adorned with large rosettes and pink heels, featuring a bejeweled heart emblem. King, whom she shares with ex Tyga, real name Michael Stevenson, attended.
I think that's the first time that's ever been attributed in one of these stories. Love that.
Fantastic. Okay, attended. I know you because I thought we were recording like an hour later, so I had to get this really quick. But this is like the greatest story ever.
Yeah.
We're learning things. Okay, so King attended in an all-white suit and matching sneakers. Meanwhile, Dream, who the 36-year-old shares with ex-Rob Kardashian, matched her mom's style in a pastel pink ruffled dress and pink shoes adorned with a bejeweled bow. The sweet family outing came 2 days after Chyna gushed over her daughter's dance recital, where Dream performed alongside her cousins. Here's a bunch of names. True Thompson, 6, Khloe Kardashian's eldest with Tristan Thompson, Kim Kardashian and ex-Kanye West's daughter, Chicago West, 6, Stormy Webster, 6, whose parents are Kylie Jenner and ex-Travis Scott. So that's who is in the dance recital. The Robin Chyna alum shared photos with Dream in a June 22nd video on Instagram, which included snaps of her dressed in a sparkly pink tutu and holding a bouquet of flowers, along with pics of the mother-daughter duo after the performance. Dream's the queen, she captioned the memory. These are the moments I live for. As for Chyna, it's been a priority to successfully co-parent with both exes, even if that means navigating some complicated family challenges. Time heals everything, and people change and situations change, and you get to see the situation for what it is, and that situation is Dream, she's told Entertainment Tonight. So things are good. She talks about co-parenting is a good thing, and my kids are really smart. And just things are really good. This was a good experience that Blac Chyna had at the end of June of the summer. So let's all celebrate that.
So remind me again, what was the name of the salon? So Blac Chyna owns the salon now. Is that what I'm understanding this article?
Yes. It's Hearts Pure by
Hearts
Angela White.
Pure. Well, we need to go visit that.
Pure. Yeah, you should go.
Does it say where it is?
I would go. I could get my hair done there.
Maybe they have
I'm just still
metrologist.
recovering from the fact that Tyga's name is Michael Stevenson.
That's really, yeah. I'm thrilled with this story. And it has the outfit. I know you like to hear about the outfits and all that, Les. So you got that.
So what is it called? Hearts Pure?
Hearts Pure.
Hearts Pure.
Okay, I'm Googling it right. Oh, Hearts Pure Salon. Oh, it's in Studio City.
Oh. It's like right near where I used to live.
But, oh my God, these hours, it closes at 11 p.m.
What?
Go there tonight.
Who needs to get their hair done at 9 o'clock at night?
We're sure this place is legit.
Apparently, Angela's friends.
Okay.
Yes, it's legit.
Well, I don't know about this.
It's on Booksy, which is the it's in Encino. It's on Booksy, which is the app that you book your hair appointments on.
Okay.
It's received 5 stars.
How many reviews, though?
5 reviews, 5 stars.
Only 5 reviews?
So yeah.
That surprises me.
Let's see. Well, maybe it's new.
I lost it. Oh, there it is.
Oh my! It looks very a lot of goals.
Well, this was
very nice.
This was the grand opening, so that makes sense that it's new. But it doesn't make sense. There's only 5 reviews when you've got a famous name attached to the ownership of it.
One of the stylists is named Andre Picasso.
Huh. Oh, Picasso.
And there's a picture Andre Picasso at Hearts Pure Salon by Blac Chyna. Actually, the prices are reasonable.
Okay.
So for
what do you get your haircut there?
Toddler's haircut $30. Boy's haircut $7 to $14, $40.
Okay.
Facial hair $40. A men's haircut $65 plus.
That's reasonable for LA.
50, you said?
Male haircut and facial hair $75.
That's kind of high.
Not for a high-end salon in LA. It's not.
No. Okay.
A cut and dye $200. That's actually not bad.
No.
Okay.
House calls $150.
I would do the house exactly. I would do the house call if Angela White shows up with the stylist.
Oh hell yeah! That's money well spent.
That's how we get her on the podcast. We need to start getting our hair done there.
I would go and get my hair done there. If they do dreads, I would go and get my hair done there.
I would love to do a podcast where they're cutting our hair while we're doing the podcast.
That'd be good.
Oh, they do dreadlocks. They do dreadlocks.
How much is a massage?
Do they do massages?
Yeah, you said massage.
You get your nails done.
I thought you said massages. Okay.
They do. They do massages. Let me see. Let me go back one.
So it's like a spa day.
Tattoos. You can get a tattoo there.
Oh, I like getting one.
You know when you walk into a store and they sell like way more products than the store should sell for the kind of store it is. I feel like they're doing too many services.
Yeah, this is becoming like one of those places that sell like tacos and pizza.
It's like in the corner they've got a lotto machine.
Okay, let's see. It's a massage.
A coin star.
There's off-track betting going on.
Massage. You can get a Swedish massage. Actually, her massage prices are not bad.
Well, we'll see about that.
A Swedish massage for $120. A deep tissue for $120.
Okay, that's
for an hour.
That's the going rate now. Yeah.
And you get an in-home Swedish massage for $160. A deep tissue for $140. If you're pregnant, get a pregnancy massage for $140. These prices actually seriously are like not bad.
Wow.
I will go get a dreadlock appointment there.
You said for high end. These are good prices.
Yeah, for a nice salon, that's a reasonable price.
Wow, I'm
I got
impressed.
cheap places.
So before we start, I got to tell you, I'm tempted. I'm very, very tempted to get Zeus TV because I am obsessed with the reels that I'm seeing of Tokyo Tony's talk show.
What does a subscription to Zeus cost?
It was $4.99.
So you
For
could
a
write
month?
that off.
Let me see.
Yeah, if you could afford one of those haircuts,
TV.
you can get that.
If you're watching it for this podcast, you could write that off.
Subscribe now. Okay.
Right. Zeus is not high end.
So,
But I was on Zeus.
Oh my God. So it's $5.99 a month.
Okay.
Cheaper than Philo and cheaper than Hulu.
$5.99 a month, or if you wanted an annual subscription, $59.99 for the year.
Zeus has all original programming.
Yes, but the Tokyo Tony reels that I'm getting on my feed are like enticing me because that show looks bonkers.
Wow, it's working then.
Was it more interesting than the movie we watched this week?
They're roping you in.
Yes, anything is more interested in the movie we watched. I made pasta sauce because I'm back to my housewiffery again. And making that pasta sauce was more interesting than this movie.
This movie
But
was
I do
bad.
find that interesting.
Making pasta sauce?
Yes, I like making pasta sauce.
That's why cooking shows do well.
I have a
Okay,
skill of mine. I make some
okay.
good pasta sauce. Okay, so you want to talk about a Costa Rica wedding?
Costa
Yes.
Rican Wedding. This
This
I'm so mad about this movie.
I was mad too. I've had a bad history with Costa Rica. We don't have to get into that, but I had a relationship end after somebody went to Costa Rica.
Oh.
We know that. Well, I just said it.
But
But anyway,
sorry to hear that.
so I don't like Costa Rica because of that. I also heard the Wi-Fi is bad there.
The main problem with this movie, I actually looked at the time on the screen at one point, and I'm like, we are 35 minutes into this movie, and we don't know a single thing about Ryan, who's the male lead in this movie. Like,
nothing.
This entire movie was coasting on like wacky hijinks, and you learn nothing about these people.
Well, here were the danger signs. First of all, she was not very busy at the beginning of this movie.
No.
She was not very busy. No mention, there were no dead parents.
There weren't, but the dad of the groom was there by himself.
But
Yeah.
in a Hallmark movie, a dead parent is like Beetlejuice. You have to say it.
Yeah.
So they appear?
Or
Just so the audience knows they're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the parents that were there were a real pain in the ass, especially that mom.
The mom was an asshole.
She really
The mom was an asshole.
Actually, you know what she
Absolute
was,
dad.
Kurt? What was she, Kurt?
Well, I said she was passive-aggressive C word.
Well, if rather than the C word, what other body part could she be, Kurt? I'm setting you up here.
Oh, a dick?
You dick!
She was a dick.
I only keep that soundbite in the soundboard for you, so you gotta let me
All right.
tee up for it.
Well, I usually reserve
The
that for
heroine was an
men,
asshole.
so they're a dick. The heroine was, yes, she was. She lightened up a little bit.
She's just a dumbass.
She was a dumbass. She was like everybody has that dumb friend who's just dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's that friend, that dumb friend who you question yourself like,
The
how
problem
have
with
we
these
been friends
fools-
for 15 years?
But this is the problem. These people have all known each other. It's not always the best thing to be with the people who you've known your whole life. You know, it's not always good.
Yeah.
Branch off a little bit.
Well, it's
Because they're all mad at her for stuff she did when she was right out of the womb. And it's just like, come on, get out of here.
They mentioned that she's staying with her best friend and the fiance. So we find out they're living together, by the way. Didn't even clock that until right now. Living together before they were married. She's living with them because she had broken up with her ex. She's crashing on their couch. Lost their house keys 6 times.
And not to mention, she's crashing on their couch when they're trying to prepare for a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And that is not when you need house guests.
Well, it depends on what kind of relationship they have.
Well,
You talk about when she's in Costa Rica? She's on there?
No, back
No,
in
she-
Chicago, it's mentioned that she was staying on their couch because she got dumped.
yeah.
Oh. I don't know. Maybe there's a boundary issue. There's a whole host of issues that these people have.
Yeah.
Boundaries could be one.
Oh, yeah, totally. Because
There's
the movie's
money issues. There's money because there's somebody who's got a lot of like has a pile of money here.
Yep.
And so that's a way somebody could have some control over people. That's not fair.
For sure.
Yep. So we start off. There's a woman sitting in a tree. There's a guy who looks like Fabio. He apologizes to her, and then he proposes. And then we find out that she's daydreaming, and she's a school nurse, but she's not busy.
No.
We don't see any kids either. They got away with that.
And she's Facebook. We find out she's Facebook stalking her ex, and he's moved on. And so her friends are assholes too, because after her track record, they still placed her in charge of their wedding band.
That was dumb. Like, they're just straight up dumb too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, she lost house
And not
keys
like-
6 times. Don't give her your ancient family heirloom wedding bands to be the keeper of to get them to Costa Rica.
And she
it's not-
lost the keys 6 times. I don't.
They mentioned that in the
she said that.
dialogue.
Oh, so they're really dumb.
And the key fob to the garage.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. And they're giving her the rings.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
No, you can't. This is. I don't even know what the issue is with these people.
So her friend, her nurse friend, her coworker gave her a first aid kit because she's that friend who's always like falling off shit.
But
What a sweet gift.
Emily's a nurse. Why would she, that's a shitty gift to give a nurse. That's
Well-
like giving your dentist friend toothpaste. Like, he probably doesn't have 8 million tubes of toothpaste at the ready.
Well, I think the gift was shade. Like, you dumb bitch.
Oh,
What
maybe.
kind of nurse is a school nurse? Did you have to go through the same training as to be like a?
Yeah.
I'm sure you do.
Absolutely.
Like an ER nurse? It doesn't seem like the same skill set.
Well, maybe there's probably extra levels of training to become an ER nurse, but I'm sure that you go through the training to become a school nurse because all kinds of things can happen.
All right, so she must have done something.
I'm sure it's basically like a nurse. Like, they're trained as a nurse, but they just want a slower pace of life.
Okay, so she got herself through nursing school, which is not which that does take some intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's not dumb.
Well-
She's a dumbass.
Yeah. I know some very smart people who are dumbasses.
Yeah, same.
Like they have no common sense.
And I even wrote in my notes, she's going to fuck up those rings. I wrote that in my notes.
Oh, of course. I mean, they were hitting you over the head with all the signposts in the movie.
So she goes to Costa Rica, and her friend, or Ryan, like one of the couple, told her that not Ryan, Jamal, one of the couple told her that his cousin was going to pick her up. And so Ryan shows up, and Ryan is someone that they've all, I guess, known each other since they were kids.
Everybody's known each
And
other. Yeah.
she does not like Ryan for some unknown reason. And when Ryan showed up, she's like, I thought Jamal said that his cousin was showing up. And Ryan says, well, 2 of our relatives got married, so we're now technically cousins.
She's so rude to him.
It's very rude to him.
She's super cold, and you don't know why. You don't
not
you don't
only
find
was
out
he
why
nice,
until like 3/4 of the way through the movie. So the entire time they're just sort of like bitchy to each other, and you don't really understand why they're doing this like we don't like each other thing. It's so lazy.
We
But
never really know either. There's
in
no good
Ryan's
reason.
defense, she always starts it. Like he starts off, he tries to be nice to her.
He was being nice. He came to pick her up. He seemed like he was being
I
cordial.
disagree. Ryan
Really?
changed the Airbnb that she had picked, and she didn't know about it until she showed up there. Then when they go to the beach later in the movie, they were going to the public beach, and Ryan's like, I know a secret beach, and that's where her shit gets stolen. He's a dick too.
Well,
But knowing what we know about her, would you trust her Airbnb choice?
I wouldn't, but I would at least tell her before you show up there, because she's having to chip in for that, I would imagine.
Okay, that's fair. That is fair.
Well, you said
Even
he's a
though
dick.
I would be on Team Ryan, and I'm sure everybody talks shit about her behind her back and was like, "Hey, listen, Ryan, do you know of a better case?"
Yeah.
well, at least that's realistic.
Because she's the friend that you talk shit about her behind her back.
What kind of friend? Why have a friend like that? What is this
Everybody
asshole?
has one.
Great.
Every group of friends has that dumb friend. And you've been friends with them forever, and they don't do anything. Like, they're nice people. They're just dumb and annoying, but they don't do anything bad to you. They're just dumb and annoying.
Yeah.
Okay. They don't warrant an exit.
Like, they're harmless,
Just
so you don't
annoying.
kick them out because they're harmless.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, we find out Ryan started his own touring company in Costa Rica before we find out that he switched places. So then they get to the place. The place is really nice.
It's nice.
In Ryan's defense, place is really nice. He makes a bitchy comment because he's like, you and Phoebe are going to be, Phoebe's the part of the couple. So he's like, you and Phoebe are going to be sharing a room, and, you know, there's a bed there, so it is a step up from sleeping on their couch.
Again, shitty thing to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she was being a bitch to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she was worse.
So then everybody was out surfing. They all knew how to surf. Ryan tells Emily maybe Costa Rica is going to chill you out a bit, and everybody, once again, because her friends don't know why she doesn't like him either.
No, she won't tell her best friend why she doesn't like him. By the way, we should point out interracial marriage.
Yes, interracial marriage.
A Hallmark
yes.
movie. Good times.
Yes.
And his parents were apparently interracial couple as well.
Were they?
And not only, and later in the movie, we have lesbians.
Yep. And there was a joke about lesbianism earlier in the movie.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So the new Hallmark is here to stay.
Yeah.
Why were Phoebe and Emily wearing matching pajamas?
I don't know. It's weird. I did write bedtime, but then she started doing some doom scrolling.
Yes. Well, no, she was doing some Facebook stalking her ex.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that's a like a bachelorette party thing where you buy everyone like matching pajamas or something. I could see
Really?
that being
I
a thing.
Sounds like pleasant.
And then we forgot to mention. So basically, in the house, it was Emily and Ryan, or no, Ryan wasn't staying at the house, but Ryan was always there. So it was Emily, Phoebe and her bitchy parents, Jamal, his dad and his sister.
Yeah. The dad, by the way, Phoebe's dad, I think was in that $1 Million Lethal Listing movie that we watched a few weeks ago from Lifetime.
Yes. Phoebe's dad looked a little scuzzy. Like Phoebe's dad looked like the type of dad that would like hit on his daughter's friend when the daughter went to the bathroom.
There is an insinuation later in the movie made between Phoebe's dad and Jamal's dad, basically implying they think that Ryan wanted to get lost in the forest with Emily to take advantage of her.
Yes, that's what they said.
I could not believe that they left that in the movie.
And then the dad tells a story.
Well,
because then Jamal's dad tells a story. He's like, "Well, I pretended to be lost when I met my wife."
I think they weren't being explicit about anything.
No, but
Maybe
it kind of tiptoed around like date rape. It really did.
Yeah.
And then we find out that Ryan was kind of lying so that he could be around Emily.
Yeah.
Well,
this movie was fucking offensive.
Wow.
So this is why they changed the house. So this next scene where Emily planned an excursion. And she's like, I planned this excursion and I have scooters. And everybody was like,
you skipped over Chase's favorite scene where Ryan was walking around the kitchen.
Well, it's my favorite scene up until this point in the movie, because it was the only redeeming thing that happened in the movie, is Ryan's running shirtless up the street. And then Emily tells him to put his fucking shirt on.
And his body was hot.
Yeah.
His body was exquisite.
Wow.
Yes. Abs for days.
How much do you have to work out to look like that? Or you have to have a natural inclination, I guess.
No,
it's diet and exercise for sure.
Yeah.
So Emily, this is why they picked another Airbnb. So Emily says that she planned this excursion and she got scooters, and everybody was kind of at first like, "Oh, I don't know about the scooter thing. You don't want to be taking scooters right before your wedding," which is, I think, correct.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then Ryan's like, "Well, I can drive you all there," and she's like, "No, we're going to use the scooters." Well, they weren't moped scooters. They were like scooters that you like kick.
Yeah, they were like the bird scooters, but they weren't even like the high powered ones, and they were trying to do it in the sand. They can't do it.
Yeah.
You also skipped over the
Yeah.
bride actually drinks some pineapple juice and almost
that's right. Emily screws her over there too.
That was not Emily's fault. That was the mom's fault. That was the dick mom, because Emily made the juice for herself. The mom grabs it out of Emily's hand, gives it to Phoebe. Phoebe starts drinking it. She's like, "Is there pineapple in this?" And this whole scene was unnecessary, didn't move the plot along. There was no point in the movie where this allergy comes back. It did not need to be in the movie.
See, if this was a Lifetime movie, she would have died.
Maybe.
Or someone would be trying to poison her.
Yeah.
Or no, she would do it, and then later in the movie, she'd be like on like a exercise bike or something, and someone would slip pineapple juice into her energy drink.
Yeah. So everybody complains about her and these scooters.
Yeah. Well, I would too. And then I would turn to her and I would say, "See, that's why we picked a different Airbnb, because of this."
That'd be awesome.
I had a similar thing for my friend Shelly's. It was like her bachelorette party, but like she has a bunch of gay friends, so we were all in San Diego. And two of our friends who are not really the ones who should be planning stuff planned a bike ride for all of us. And we call it the bike ride of death because we were all super hungover from the night before. And when we got on the bikes, we're along this like busy highway that we later found out is where the most bike deaths happen in San Diego, is on this stretch of road.
Oh, God.
So we still refer to the bike ride of death.
Do I know who planned this?
You might, but I don't think you know him real well.
And another thing that we forgot was Phoebe's dick mom wanted her to wear a matrimonial headpiece that was ugly.
Yeah.
You dick.
You
But anyway, so they're riding on these scooters. A truck shows up picks them all, and they're all happy to see the truck.
What's
Picks
Ryan?
them all up, and they make Emily sit in the back of the truck.
Yeah, there's no room for her. She opens the door and they just sit there.
Yeah, they don't even like do the pretending to make room, like, oh, we'll squeeze in. They just sit there and stare at her like, no, fucko, get in the back.
So he takes her to the beach, and then this is where he says he knows of a secret beach. And everybody's like, yay! So they all go to the beach.
That's what we planned. All right,
and everyone's having a good time. And then these monkeys show up, and Emily had her bag on a tree, and these monkeys show up and steal her bag. And what dumbass Emily forgot to do is she had been walking around with the wedding rings in her bag. So the monkey stole her bag, and so the monkey stole the wedding rings. Now, she didn't tell anybody, and Ryan was like, you know what, I'll help her out.
Which I don't know why she didn't tell Ryan. Like, they're alone looking for this bag. He's going to find out sooner or later.
Because she inexplicably doesn't like him, and he inexplicably doesn't like her.
Right. Once again, I'm on Team Ryan, and I think that she started it, and I think he doesn't like her because she doesn't like him.
I explicitly don't like this movie. So at least we all know where we stand.
Yeah.
I like the monkeys.
I don't mind a little monkey.
The monkey was cute.
I don't like the monkeys either. Because just because this whole, the monkeys are sort of a representation of all the unnecessary wacky hijinks this movie was trying to throw in lieu of actually telling a story.
So then Emily almost gets bitten by a snake, but then Ryan helps her. Ryan asks her what's in the bag. Oh,
I have a little monkey.
That's a white face, because they were calling him a white face monkey. That's a white face monkey too.
It's a little monkey. Probably at home. I'm showing a little monkey.
She tells Ryan that her speech is in the bag. Then what else? Oh,
is this where we found out that
it's
Emily
crocodile.
once flooded Phoebe's parents' bathroom too?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
A lot of fiber.
Oh, that's it. She backed up. She backed up the hopper.
Yeah.
She ate a lot of birthday cake or something.
Probably.
Yeah.
And they also
then
mentioned there's a mention in this scene of a park ranger. It was like a little nod to the acting in this movie that they actually flatly said the words park ranger in it.
Yeah.
That's not possible. This trail's been closed for 8 years. It's extremely dangerous.
You know, this is probably one of her alumni who wrote the movie.
Oh, I'm talking about the actors. There were some park ranger performances. Woo.
Oh yeah.
You're where?
Woof.
Do we get to the point where she comes across a real snake in the grass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. And then they see a crocodile.
Okay.
So then we find out about monkey. I thought it was interesting though when they talked about how there's monkey colonies. So the monkey, they're like, the monkey could be anywhere, but her phone was in the bag, so they could trace the phone.
They were tracking it for a while, but then it kind of went off the grid.
So they were like, she's like, I've got to get this bag back or everybody's going to be pissed at me. So then Emily called Jamal's sister Taisha, and she tells Taisha about the rings.
Why? That doesn't make any sense.
Because she can't tell Phoebe, and she can't really tell Ryan because she hates Ryan for no reason. So Taisha is the only friend that she's got she can reveal this to.
Just call a random phone number. Call the old, I don't know.
You're saying she
Debbie
should just
Gibson.
like if she needs to get it off her chest, she should just like do it out in the ether,
Call
not
that
actually.
900. There's a used to be 900 number you could speak to Debbie Gibson. Call that. Call Miss Cleo. That number's probably still
She should have
available.
called Miss Cleo.
I think it'd
Not
be a
for
little
this
difficult to call Miss Cleo these days.
Somebody's answering the phone.
Well, Miss Cleo is answering the phone from the the other side of the Rainbow Bridge.
I mean,
Well, no, you lost the rings.
wouldn't it given Miss Cleo's line of work of all people, shouldn't she be the one person that we could be comfortable calling in the afterlife? We know she's going to answer.
She'd be like, "Call me now."
Yeah. Oh, you lost your rings. I'll tell you what she could do. I know I want to get off
Well,
this, but
Emily, why are you such an asshole?
if a local PBS station is having like a fundraiser, she could call that number and get things off her chest.
Yes.
Right.
That's the thing to do. There we go. We came up with a solution.
Okay, so then this is where Emily's. I thought, fuck Emily.
Wow.
When she was in the boat and she had Ryan's phone and she drops Ryan's phone into the river.
Yeah.
How's this woman alive?
Right.
I hope
Like-
she doesn't have a license.
And that doesn't tell him about it.
It doesn't tell him. And that's when I was like, fuck her.
What does she need? Like, how can she get herself under control? Is this just going to be a spiraling nightmare? Like, does she need medication? Like, what does this woman need?
She needs a better agent.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't even know what kind of medication. I'm not a doctor.
So they
That's
go
the
in the
point.
jungle and they actually find the first aid kit that her friend gave her in a tree.
Well, that's good.
And then Ryan's like, so listen, it's getting dark, we need to be careful. And the monkey's kind of taunting them too. And so the monkey's like taunting them and they try to get the monkey's they try to lure the monkey by showing the monkey a banana, but the monkey like sneak attacks her and takes the banana from her.
Well, and there's more than
this
one.
is-
She starts getting surrounded by monkeys. They steal her
Yeah.
map. So now
This is
she's
where-
told Ryan that the phone is gone. Her phone's gone too. And now the map that they had is gone. Dumb
And
I'm
person.
a little upset. I got
And then
upset
I
by
like
this.
Ryan yelled at her. Because then
Well-
she's like, and I lost you, because she's like, oh, by the way, Ryan, I lost your phone.
But she wants him to climb up a tree, and he doesn't want to do it. He said he's saying he's afraid of heights, and she's mocking him for that. And I don't think
Right.
that's right.
No.
And then I love that meanwhile, back at
That
the
pisses me off.
house, everybody's talking shit about her.
Mock people's fears. Fuck her.
I know, and she's a school
Exactly.
nurse. You tell me a kid comes to her and tells her that they are afraid of like getting their measles vaccine or whatever it is, and she's gonna make fun of them because they don't want a needle in their arm. She's a dick.
First of all, I would not trust her to put a needle in my arm. She'd probably get an air bubble and kill me.
Yeah.
It gets me mad because everybody has fears, and it's like just because you're okay with stuff. Because I don't have a problem with heights, I wouldn't mock someone because they have a problem with heights.
No.
Anyway, shame on the people who wrote this movie and put that in it, even as a character trait.
So Ryan has a hammock.
To take that, I'm mad.
Ryan has a hammock and he sets up this hammock.
Oh, this would have been a good opportunity for some action. Oh no! Before that, he slides down. He like falls into like a mudslide.
Well, because there's like pouring
Yeah.
rain at this point.
What's that?
It's dark and it's pouring rain, and so they're
Yeah.
like walking through the dark in the jungle and pouring rain.
And then it looks like he can't even move his leg, and it turns out his leg needed a Band-Aid, and now he's okay.
That
So she's got the first aid kit.
but it was pretty wild because like it was a pretty nasty fall. She doesn't even wipe it clean before she puts the Band-Aid on his clearly wet and muddy leg.
Yeah.
The only place she's a nurse is on Pornhub. She's not a real nurse.
A Pornhub nurse. Oh,
Google that later.
so they sleep in the hammock. The next day,
This
she
was an
wakes up because a spider's walking on her.
Again,
was an
more
opportunity for
wacky
some action.
nonsense. Giant, like it was a tarantula that was on her, and she screams and jumps, and then that's the last we see of it.
Right. So then she confesses to Ryan about the rings. Ryan's actually nice about it.
Ryan's kind of a gentleman because he could have made a move on that hammock.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been really awkward, but.
Well, I would have made a move on him in a second.
They could have paddled the pink canoe.
Oh.
What does that mean, Kurt?
I don't know.
I
was trying to look up euphemisms. I also found pickle tickle and ride the bony pony.
So what was in the tin?
Joe Smiley.
It was like a mint or something. It was just food. But it was like it was a small tin. I think that was the closest thing they had to food was
That was
mint.
Altoids.
Out of his hands.
Yeah.
They'd eat Altoids. It was little fish in the tin. And when it went in the water, the fish all swam away.
Well, Emily knocks it out of his hands, but she picks it up.
By the way, they showed a commercial during this movie for another Hallmark movie, and I don't remember the title of it.
The Lemon Drop?
Yes. Is this supposed to be like they're doing drugs in a Hallmark movie?
I was curious about that too.
I skipped over that. I didn't see any
the
commercials.
the lemon drops.
Yeah,
they were taking.
They were like eating something and then going to sleep, and their whole life would be completely different the next day. And I'm like, oh, they're doing drugs. They're just doing drugs.
Yeah, it was called like the lemon drop something.
Things have taken a dark turn.
I like how Hallmark is like getting with it.
I just like that they're trying to normalize doing black tar heroin.
Right?
Control. Man.
Or it's probably like mushrooms, like psilocybin.
All right.
I want to get to a point in life where we're flipping through the channels, we land on Hallmark, and like Lacey Chabert is just petting a wall.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And she's like, my ketamine in Rome. Oh, okay. So the dads decide the dads break out a map and they're searching and trying to find Emily and Ryan because they didn't come home.
And because the dads have nothing else to do.
Right. And then this is where they dropped the story about the getting lost on purpose.
Yeah.
Tanisha covers and says that they were out looking for flowers because they wanted to go find rare flowers.
Yeah,
but then
Tanisha's lies, like her lying on behalf of Emily, she was telling such large lies that how are they going to then live up to this once Emily's back? Like,
well, they kind of did though.
Well, the flowers they did, but there was something else that she lied about, like Emily creating some sort of special surprise, which she wasn't doing.
Oh, but Tanisha was like, when the dads were trying to figure out where they were, Tanisha's like, well, I forgot my AirPods in the car, and so I can track them through my phone because my AirPods are still in there.
You can track earpods?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I lose my case all the time, or I'll forget where I put it, and you can look on the little Find My app on iPhone, and it tells you where it is.
Okay.
And like I forget where I put my phone all the time. On my watch, I just pull it up, and I can play a little tone on my phone and find it.
Yeah, I do that on because I do that with my phone, but I do it on my iPad, and it makes like a noise. Mm-hmm. Oh, so Emily and Ryan.
Yeah.
They're still walking, and they find a bridge. But it's a what do you call it? Bridge.
Suspension. No.
Yeah.
I guess you call it suspension bridge.
Yeah, like a suspension bridge. It's way up high. Ryan's afraid.
And it is pretty long, because initially I was like, why are they trying to act like this bridge is super scary? Because they're showing that it's got like really, really secure like steel beams on the side, but then they pull back and you're like, oh, it's really, really long over this giant canyon, essentially.
And it was making noises and stuff.
Yeah.
And every movie you see, people are always like their feet always go through or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's totally making noises as well.
Yeah.
But they get to the other side of the bridge, but Ryan's afraid, and Emily kind of like, comforts him as they're walking across the bridge.
Yeah. She gets a little better with that.
Then the ladies are in, like they're having a painting party, and the dick mom is being a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You dick!
And this is where Phoebe and Tanisha agree that if the guys don't come back, they're just going to be lesbians.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would have been the better way to go.
Yeah. So then they found so then Emily and Ryan find more stuff. And Emily thinks that she's hearing vibrations come from the phone that are like her ringtone.
I think it's coming from the earth.
And
yeah.
And there was a bag in mud, but it turned out, they go into the mud and they fall into the mud, Emily and Ryan.
I thought it was
like, we're wacky, falling in mud.
I thought it was quicksand.
We're dirty now.
They just show quicksand, and we don't see it too often anymore. But it used to be like Gilligan's Island and like cartoons, and
I would have loved it if it was quicksand.
I thought it was a throwback to that.
There was a point in time where like we were led to believe growing up that quicksand was going to be much more omnipresent in our lives than it actually is.
Yeah.
I think I'm stealing that from John Mulaney. I'm not sure. There's a comedian that kind of jokes about that.
So they're all dirty. She hears another noise. They find water. She hears another noise. They then find water, and then they decide to clean up, and then they have a bathing montage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they bathe. Should I read the message that I wrote?
Yes, because earlier in the movie, I pointed out that I didn't like the movie, but that like Ryan was shirtless, and then Emily made him put the shirt back on, which I did not like.
All right, so when we got to this part, I wrote on our little group thread, I said, "Oh, he's got his shirt off again. Get in position, Jason."
Yeah. What position is that?
Well, whatever position you need to do to relieve yourself of the excitement.
To relieve yourself.
Well, the only way I could have relieved myself of the excitement from this movie is by turning it the fuck off.
Well,
I love it. To relieve yourself. So then they're bathing, and then Ryan is like, "Well, why don't you like me?" And Emily's like, "Well, I thought you didn't like me." And it turns out that Ryan was jealous of Emily and her boyfriend.
And he didn't like the way the boyfriend treated her.
Right.
Oh.
So it's now time for the rehearsal.
Oh, okay. I'm skipping ahead.
It's time for the rehearsal. And they're not there. And then we cut to Ryan. They find this hotel, and Ryan's friends with the owner. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, Ryan, how are you?" And she gives him a hug, and she's really nice, and she's cute. And she gives him a hug, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see you." And Emily's jealous. And then Ryan's like, actually, she lives here with her wife.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, throwing in.
This is where things go. Oh, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, just throwing in some lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
This is where things get a little mystical, too. There's dream catchers up on the deck. Things get a little weird.
So then Emily has a revelation because she realizes she doesn't miss her ex anymore. And she's like, "I don't need anybody to choose me. I choose myself."
She chooses herself and he chooses her. But does anybody choose him?
Who, Ryan? Emily.
Yeah.
She says she chooses herself.
Then she also chooses Ryan because she kisses him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She kind of assaults him.
Yeah.
She didn't ask for consent. She just did it.
Yeah.
Oh,
But with
that's
pecs
okay.
like that, with abs and pecs like that, how could you not just jump on it?
I'm pretty sure that as she's leaving and Camille's letting Emily pick some flowers, I'm pretty sure Camille hits an Emily. Because she's
sure,
like,
yes.
oh, I hope to see you soon.
And those were actually rare flowers as well. So then that made up for Tanisha's story.
Yeah.
Ride the boony pony.
So, since they didn't have phones, since neither one of them had phones, Ryan sent an email to everybody saying, hey, we're okay, and telling them what happened. And then Camille arranges for them to get a ride back to town. So they get back to town and they find out that the wedding isn't going to happen because Phoebe's a dumbass too and scheduled the officiant for the wrong day.
They should have had the woman who runs the hotel, Camille, should have had her involved with this stuff. She seems to have her act together.
I bet you in the original script they were going to have Camille do it, but it was a nice twist that Emily gets ordained online to do it. So she can actually be helpful and not a dumbass.
Because what happens is, first of all, we find out that the ex called asking about Emily and he wanted to get back together with her.
No.
But then Esteban found Emily's backpack with the rings. So Emily found the rings. But Phoebe had figured, since she fucked up and scheduled the officiants on the wrong day, that she was just going to have the wedding back in at the country club. And it was Chicago, right?
I believe so, yeah.
But then Emily says, oh, no, you're not. You're getting married today. And that's when Emily went online, became an ordained minister, arranged the wedding,
made a headpiece out of the flowers, and lies to Phoebe's mom saying that the hat was lost with the backpack.
She tells Ryan, we can do anything. And he's like,
right.
Right.
And then Ryan, Jamal told Ryan about Shane as well. Yeah. So Ryan's thinking that Emily's going to dump him, but Emily's like, no, I'm not going to dump you. I want to be with you. And then they have the wedding.
At the waterfall. There's so much ADR in this movie,
and then
too.
Emily called her friend, her coworker, and her coworker is like, well, why don't you just take a sabbatical and travel with Ryan? Like, stay there. Or why don't you take a sabbatical and stay there?
I'm sorry, school nurses get a sabbatical?
I guess they do now.
I also thought the friend's logic was flawed because she's like, there's so many kids sick right now, so it'd be a good time to take a sabbatical. I'm like, that would seem like the time you would need the nurse.
Right. Oh, and then she's wiping her nose as she's talking to her.
Yeah. Everybody's sick. I felt like tenured professors get sabbaticals. I didn't know that.
Well, I guess if you're a school nurse, you get one too.
It's a free-for-all.
And then they got married, and that was it.
And another flaw with this movie is the final kiss of the movie isn't the main couple at the center of the movie.
No.
This movie sucked.
This movie was a dud.
It was super bad.
Yes.
I did like those little monkeys, though. But otherwise,
I did like the monkeys, though.
I didn't like
the monkeys. Were
too much wacky nonsense.
Yes. Well, I don't mind wacky nonsense if it's funny. This was just wacky nonsense.
Well, yeah, it was wacky nonsense for wacky nonsense sake.
Monkey business. Right.
Now, so if you want to see something wacky that's not nonsense, I'm going to be in Vancouver next week doing my show, The Royal Black Swan. I'm Confessions of America's First Black Drag Queen at the Vancouver Fringe Festival, vancouverfringe.com. And if you want to find me online, you can find me at my website, leskirkendallbarrett.com, or on Instagram at Kirkendall. Jason.
Please review us. Please subscribe to our show wherever you listen to podcasts. It helps more people find us. 5 stars helps us a lot. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at Lifetime of Hallmark Podcast. And you can find me on TikTok on Lifetime of Hallmark Pod. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok at Big Shot Jason. Kurt.
Okay, most of my performances are done at private parties, unless you would have loved the one I did a couple weeks ago for a 13-year-old girl's birthday party. That was great. But I'm going to promote, because I'm doing the 5K race. I'm going to run after we're through here. So I do the 5K for the danmelbyfoundation.org. And that says, oh, you know what? You can't even sign up for this anymore. Well, anyway, I'm running it anyway. So come and cheer me on. And I'm going to be doing it. Oh, where is it? So September 7th. So if you want to come to the race and cheer me on, I'll be there. September 7th, 11 a.m. at Cooper River Park in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. That's it.
And I got to run now because I've got to go to the optometrist. So see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.